All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join us here tonight. If you are here live, it's the start of a brand new week here. It is Monday, July 11th, 2022. Feel free to ask any questions or share any comments or concerns in the chat while we're here live, and they'll be responded to as quickly as possible. If you're here on the replay, regardless of whenever that may be, please stick around because this is evergreen content. You can make your comments in the comment section, and I'll get back to them within 24 hours or less, if they deem a response, that is. If they're worthy of a response, that is. Most comments are, but some are not. We all know why. We're not going to mention that here. Most comments will be responded to within, 24 hours, usually, unless, things come up. But anyway, we have a great topic here for you tonight. And, this is a topic that my lady suggested to me. And when I saw this topic and I saw this blog, it completely opened up my eyes and blew my mind. But before we get to that, let me first of all make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. And you know what? I made a boo-boo. So I've got to do something here real quick. And the YouTube notification will be going out momentarily. I'm glad I checked because sometimes I make boo-boos. But now it should be all set and the notification has gone out. And the back end of YouTube is also rolling smoothly. So let's continue moving forward and get right to it. Tonight, I'm going to be discussing a topic that I guess I knew existed, but I didn't even know what it was called. I've never heard of this phrase before, but it just makes perfect sense. And that is trauma dumping. What is it and how it affects others? One more time. Trauma dumping, what is it and how it affects others? Now, I was going to do this topic by myself because my lady's had a lot going on and I figured she was going to be pretty busy and I didn't want to overwhelm her. But when she found out I was doing this topic tonight, she said, "Babe, I can join you on the panel if you'd like." And I'm like, I would always love to have you on any one of my panels, babe. If you really want to come on, absolutely. You always bring such great value to the show. And this topic was your idea anyway, so why the heck not? So standing by live backstage, once again, is my beautiful, wonderful, amazing lady. And without further ado, let's bring her on and get this show started. Babe, welcome back to the show. Big, huge round of applause for you. Welcome back to the show, baby.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome, baby. Baby, you sound so happy. I love it when you sound and you are so happy, baby. That just makes my day, makes my world, baby.
That's great. Glad to hear that.
I better stop while I'm ahead, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, before we get to this very, very important topic here, babe, anything you want to mention before we get to it? Anything you want to update our viewers and listeners on? Anything special you want to share, baby? Any juice?
No, I don't believe so. Is there any juice?
Baby, here's the thing. Well, no, baby, I don't have any juice because I live a drama-free life just like you. And so I guess we don't have anything. I guess we don't have anything juicy to discuss here tonight, huh?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know what's juicy. I mean, I went to go do that car thing to try to get my car fixed. And then I went to the grocery store and I got some stuff for dinner and cooked dinner and did some laundry. I mean, that's as juicy as my life has been today.
Baby, that sounds like a normal, healthy, drama-free, peaceful life, right?
Yeah, I came back and I watched The Challenge and Big Brother and cook dinner and clean the dishes and put my clothes in the dryer, and now I'm doing this. Yeah, that's the juice. That's
Baby,
the
isn't
tea
that,
that I have to spill.
yeah, isn't that the way life should be, baby? Nice and simple and easygoing and relaxed with no drama.
No drama.
No drama allowed in the Coach Eli network, right, baby? Anyway, baby, so let's get right to this topic here. We're going to be discussing trauma dumping tonight. And, when I got this, I mean, I was out last night. You were at my place, and I ran out to, grab us some milk. And you blew up my phone with all these topics to the point of where I mentioned this earlier on my Walking with Purpose stream on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Folks, if you missed that stream, go check it out. Nightbot will be sharing the link to my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, every 7 minutes. Just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. And you sent me so many great topics and articles last night that my phone asked me if I wanted to temporarily block you because I guess they assumed you were spamming my own woman, spamming me, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but you were spamming me.
Working. I'm always working.
I know.
Doesn't matter if it's the middle of the night. I'm always looking for content for us to work on.
Right. And you always come up with great content. But when I saw this trauma dumping, it just opened up my eyes regarding something that I've been doing to you. And, I will share more about it as we go through this blog tonight. But let's just put it to you this way. I now furthermore understand what you mean by you don't listen to me, Eli. And the thing is, it's not that I'm not trying to listen to you. I was not listening to you in the way or ways that you needed to be heard. And I had to figure that out, baby. I had to figure that out. And it just so happens that this blog says it all. Now, what are your thoughts when you came across this blog, Trauma Dumping? What were your thoughts initially? Did it hit you the same way it hit me? Like, what are your thoughts before we get into it?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even have to read the whole thing. I only got through a quarter of it, and I knew instantly this was something that was going to hit home for you.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's something that goes on every single day. And I was trying to get that across to you. And I felt that maybe if you read it like in black and white with words, without the emotion between you and I, that you could see that.
Yeah, and right when I saw the phrase, trauma dumping, sorry about that, jumbling my words. I'm a little excited here tonight. I'm excited that you're here. I just knew instantly what I've been doing wrong, and it's not something that I was intentionally doing wrong. It's just that women need to be heard and understood in ways that they want to be and need to be heard and understood, and a lot of times it's hard for guys to understand that, even if they're trying their best to understand it. So I think you've known that about me, that I have not intentionally been trying to not listen to you, but I just haven't been hearing you or listening to you in the ways that you needed, right? Makes sense?
Yes, and we'll talk about this further, but a lot of things, like if I just had a bad day, or if I just wanted to just talk to you about something, you would always bring up, well, this has to do with something in your childhood. No, it doesn't. It was just an asshole on the street that bugged me, But we'll go into that further.
Yeah.
In the article.
No, absolutely. And I'll say this before we get to the article here. What I try to do is help people to not let anyone upset them, not let anyone trigger you, right? Not just you. I'm talking about people in general. And it's a very hard thing to do. And every individual has to get to that point on their own. All I can do is continue to encourage people, in a subtle way, And I think with you, I've kind of pushed a little harder because you're my significant other and I love you. And I'm so protective over you that I think maybe I took it a little too far accidentally. But let's just do this. Let's go ahead and switch on over to the browser screen here because we do have that 1 minute delay and it needs to pop up on your big ass TV there, right, baby? Baby?
Yes.
Anyone home? Oh, there you are. Okay.
I'm here, honey. I'm right here.
All right. Let's just get to this blog here. This is from the website psychcentral.com. What a great name for a website, babe. Psychcentral.com. And the title of the blog is what's that?
Isn't that one of your favorites?
Well, no, Psychology Today. But I've never heard of Psych Central. You have now just introduced me to Psych Central, baby. So I'll be looking more into it. Thank you. Thank you for the referral.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the title of this blog is Trauma Dumping: Why Considering the Impact of Oversharing Matters. One more time, baby. Trauma Dumping: Why Considering the Impact of Oversharing Matters. And this was written by Courtney Telonian on July 7th, 2022. Baby, this is very recent, literally like 4 days ago. Super recent. And it was medically reviewed by Jennifer Littner, PhD, LMFT, CST, all those crazy designations that one of our supporters, Simmer Down, has been mentioning because she has some of those. Jennifer Littner, PhD, which I know what that is, baby, but LMFT, CST, BGZRT. Okay, you're a psychologist and you're smart and you reviewed this. Thank you for that. All right, let's get right to it here. And it'll update on your screen in just a few, baby. Trauma dumping happens when someone shares a story of trauma without considering its impact or to control another person. Oh my God, that hit home with me when I first read it, baby. One more time. Trauma dumping happens when someone shares a story of trauma without considering its impact or to control another person. And that's what I've been doing to you. Now, you know for a fact I've never tried to control you, but I can now understand why some people perceive I may be trying to control you because of the way I'm coming off, even though that's not what I'm doing. What are your thoughts about that right there before we move forward?
Yeah, that first statement alone is what drew me in.
Me too.
I was like, that right there. I was like, yep, we could do a whole show just on that first statement. Because you and I have been doing this, and as we go on, I can talk about another part of the whole social media aspect and part of my past and things that I've done and how it's affected people. So yeah, no, this is a really, really good topic to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. I don't know why the chat isn't popping up here. Give me a second. Let me turn this off and turn it back on. This is really interesting here. Give me just a second here.
Good.
That's interesting. Yeah, give me a second here. Unless there was some update that was made. And, what's going on, YouTube? Did you change things on me here? Hold on a second, babe. This is just, there it goes. I don't know what happened, but give me just one more second here. The chat was not showing on the screen, and I like to screen record the chat, just to have it, just in case. All right, there we go. The chat is back on the screen now. All right, anything else you want to add, baby, before we get to the next part?
No, let's move forward.
Okay. Most often, trauma dumping doesn't leave room for the listener to opt out of the conversation. I honestly think when I have done trauma dumping, which I didn't even realize I was doing it, I didn't even know what it was called, but now I do. I was never trying to, prevent you from opting out of the conversation. As a matter of fact, I've always been the kind of guy that gives everyone the option to opt out at any time, including my lady. I want you, baby, to feel free to come and go as you please, regarding myself and our relationship. I want you to feel like a free kitty cat. I know that sounds kind of weird, right? But I don't want you to feel like I own you or control you or trying to keep you sucked in. I just love you, and I just want you to be happy all the time. But I get what the blog is saying here, right? It doesn't leave room for the trauma dumping, doesn't leave room for the listener to opt out of the conversation. Have you ever felt that way? Maybe not just with me, but with other people?
A little bit, yeah, but like with you, for instance, like this morning, when I'm trying to get ready and I'm telling you, just let me wake up and get ready, and I don't want to talk about this right now. You just kept coming back, and I'm like, God damn it, just leave me alone. You just couldn't stop. And you were just like, but I just want to take your pain away. I'm like, I'm not in pain. Just trying to wake up.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I get it. I know you just
And
wanted
that's
to.
why I
You just.
get frustrated, and that's why I get angry, and that's why I shut down. And that's why I
Yeah,
want to leave half the time.
I don't really think you want to leave, baby. I think you're trying to send me a message to just slow
Yeah,
your roll, bro. And it's not even about
yeah.
me trying to overdo my role. It's just I realize now that I just need to let you have some space, even with traumatizing things, because you've heard it enough from other people and you're tired of hearing the same thing. You just want some time and space to figure it out for yourself. Even if you're with me at my place or we're on the date or anything, you just need a little time, right?
Well, what it is that, we do this as our job. We talk about this, we work on content, and we do this daily. And it's come to a point where we're even talking about this all weekend when we're supposed to just be taking time off. And I'm just getting so overwhelmed that I don't want to talk about trauma or bad memories or anything on my days off. I want to just take some time off and have a good time.
So what you're trying to say, baby, is that the excitement of being a new YouTuber has worn off, and now you just want to kind of blend it in as a part of regular life and balance it out better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Let's continue, baby. I'm going to get straight to the point with you because that's what women like, guys. They like guys that get straight to the point, don't repeat things a million times, and just keep moving forward. Keep the excitement there, right? I get it.
Yes.
I get it. Let's rock and roll, baby. While trauma dumping can bring a sense of relief or gratification to the sharer, those on the receiving end may feel drained, down, frustrated, angry, taken advantage of. Well, here's the thing. I can agree with what the blog author said regarding the person receiving that from the sharer. But even myself as the sharer, I have felt the same way. I think it can actually drain, frustrate, make the sharer angry, make the sharer feel down, and make the sharer feel taken advantage of in the same ways as the person on the receiving end feels. What are your thoughts about that, babe?
No, I agree. I don't know how the sharer feels taken advantage of. But I do get how it is draining and you feel down because, when you're trauma dumping, you're opening yourself up, and
Mm-hmm.
and you're opening, you're becoming vulnerable, and that will drain you. That will drain anybody, man or woman.
Baby, you
Um,
sound like you sound like you're a little bit underwater. Have you closed down all your
oh,
apps and everything?
let me double check.
You might get cut off and have to come back.
No, I'm just going to do it this way. Holy
I think you sound
cow, I had like 400 of them open, baby. There we go. They're all closed but you.
wow. Okay. That would suck up a lot of memory on the phone. Okay, we're good now. All right, let's continue.
Alrighty.
The line between trauma dumping, reaching out for support, and constructive vulnerability is often blurry, though. If you're highly self-conscious or socially anxious, worrying about being perceived as a toxic person might lead you to undershare your needs and to a lack of connection with others. And baby, because of how I've come at you, thinking it's the right thing to do, that's how you've reacted. You know,
Yep.
you tend to close up, is what the blog author is saying. In other words, right? Go ahead.
Yes. Yes.
Are you there? Baby, I cannot hear you now. I cannot hear
Yeah,
you.
I'm here. Hello?
There you are. You're back. Go ahead.
Oh,
You're back.
yeah, okay. Yes. No, and now I've chosen to not speak about certain things with you because I know it's going to lead to a much bigger thing that I don't want to deal with. And I just would rather not deal with that. You know?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I there's other people I can talk to that won't make me rehash things over and over again. And like I say to you, okay, we've beat this horse dead already. Let's move on to another subject. So, but okay,
Okay.
moving on.
Fantastic. And check out who's in the house here. Simmer Down is here, co-host. This is an excellent topic choice. I want to compliment you. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate your examples. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. I think they changed their avatar. So that's cool. Simmer Down's in the house, baby.
Well, hello, Super Down. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome to the show. All right. So let's continue here. On the other hand, oversharing may be a trauma response or a sign that you are ready for or need support. Trauma dumping isn't the same as educating others or raising awareness of the effects of trauma. See, I've misconstrued it for it being this: seeking support from loved ones, sharing a space of intimacy or vulnerability. And this is how important it is to listen to your ladies, guys. Every lady is different and their emotional wants and needs are different, and they'd like to be dealt with differently. And you have to figure that out, because if you don't, you're going to get it. And you just need to figure it out so you can enjoy the company of the woman that you love. Anything you want to add to that, babe?
Nope. You
Okay.
hit it on the head there, baby. Yeah.
Hit the nail on the head. Well, baby, you see, I'm learning as I go. Even a coach
Yeah.
can learn. Hey, this is new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So, learning how discussing trauma can impact others may help you do it in a way that aids your healing process while minimizing harm to others. Yeah, so it's basically learning how to approach it better in the way that the other person feels comfortable, most comfortable, right, baby?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you want to add to that one there?
Nope.
All right, trauma dumping versus venting. The concept of trauma dumping refers to oversharing. An example of trauma dumping may involve someone casually referring to an instance of childhood trauma in front of a coworker who is negatively impacted by the interaction. Venting is different from trauma dumping. While trauma dumping tends to involve the same stories, venting may look more like talking about a bad day once or twice and then letting it go. The purpose of venting is often to blow off steam. Meanwhile, someone might use trauma dumping to get sympathy or preferential treatment from the listener. So, baby, what you've been trying to tell me is that, you may be having, just a bad day about something and you're just venting. That's all it is, like normal stuff, right? What are your thoughts about
Yeah.
what was mentioned there between venting and trauma, the differences between venting and trauma dumping?
No, absolutely. Venting. I mean, sometimes people just wake up in a bad mood. They didn't sleep well, whatever. And, they go to work and, they just wake up on the wrong side of the bed, or, their boss is just rubbing them the wrong way. And when they come home, they just want to vent. Just, like I did when I was in retail. When we talked, I would vent about the stupid customers, and I would just get that off my chest because it was something I could not yell at their face. I had to keep that in while I was at work and be professional. But then I could come home and scream what I really wanted to say and vent that out to you. And it has nothing to do with childhood trauma. It's just frustration at how people are ignorant sometimes, you know? And
Yeah.
and it's just all about that. It has nothing to do with anything that's ever happened in my past, no past abuse, trauma, anything else. So,
Yeah.
and that's
Baby.
that's why, like, sometimes you're like, oh, you seem down today, what's wrong? Did you talk to your mom? Did you talk to your daughter? And I'm like, no. Are you thinking about them? I'm like, no, I haven't thought about them until you just brought them up. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
It's just, I just kind of woke up just not feeling too good today. Not a big deal, I'll get over it.
Mm.
you
Baby,
know
has anyone ever told you you're too smart for your own good?
I think you do that every day.
Yeah, but besides me, that wouldn't be a fair comparison there, baby, or a fair assessment. I mean,
Oh, well, then, I mean, I don't know, is it fair to say my mother?
yeah, no, that's fine. That's totally
Because
fine.
my
Yeah,
mother is so
yeah, and I think you are too smart for your own good. Um, you're a very intelligent woman, and that's what gets me. It's like you're smart, you're beautiful, you have a big heart and soul, and whenever I really love someone, this has been my problem, and I'm trying to get better at it. I'm very protective, and that's how men are. We're very fucking protective of our women, and it's not that it's not that I'm trying to control you or anything like that. It's just I know how nasty the world is today, baby. Is it fair to say that this modern world between the internet, online and offline, is nastier than it's ever been, right?
well, yes, yes, but
But
what you have to understand as a man is that you literally cannot take my pain away. It's
true.
impossible, physically
That's
impossible.
it's
So
true.
you need to move on and just realize that's impossible to do and just be there for me.
You do understand, baby, and I am going to get better at that. But you do understand I do that because I care, and that's because that's a man's nature. It's a part of a man's it's part of a man's biological nature when he loves his woman. But we're not in the 50s anymore, and women can handle a lot of their shit on their own, is what you're saying, right? No disrespect,
Well, no, it's not only that, but I have pain that you physically cannot take away.
right?
It has been my life for years, and it's going to be there. Any psychologist, psychiatrist, anybody is going to say that pain, you're going to hold on to it. It's part of your life. We just have to teach you how to deal with it,
Right.
you know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
channel that pain into positivity. So you can't take it away from me. All we need to do now is channel it in the right way. Have it be a lesson learned and move forward and not harbor on that pain and the like all the hurt that I felt. So
Yeah.
that's what
I'm
I'm trying to get across to you.
I'm really, really proud of you, seriously. And I'm not just saying that. This is happening live on the air. I'm really proud of what you're saying, and it just makes my day, my week, my month to hear you speaking in the way you're speaking. Let's continue, baby.
Thank you. Yes.
You're very welcome. Food for thought. All relationships are somewhat transactional. I hate to use that world. I hate to use that word, which is what I'm trying to say, but yeah, it is. That is kind of true. They involve give and take, but some suggest the concept of trauma dumping could lead some people to see toxicity in spaces meant to seek help, educate, or support. Labeling all trauma sharing interactions as trauma dumping might promote a culture that reduces human connection to quid pro quo interactions while devaluing both altruism and unconditional care. It may also lead some people to not talk about what hurts them or to not seek the support they need. While boundaries play an important role in protecting emotional health, could listening to others without expecting anything in return also have its time and place in safe relationships? I mean, baby, that pretty much speaks for itself in my eyes. Is there anything that you want to add to that? Because this is probably one of the best. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say it does speak for itself, but like that second paragraph speaks for me. Like, like when it says it may also lead some people to not talk about what hurts them or not to seek the support they need. Like how long have I been putting all of this off?
Oh my
Because
God.
I'm just too afraid. I'm too afraid to open up and let it all out.
Right.
So, like that is such a true statement there, but it is something that has to be done, and it has to be done with somebody that is not your significant other, your family
Right.
member, your friend. It has to be with a medical professional that has no connection to you.
Right. And it makes me so proud of you, babe. And you and I have been very, very transparent. You just switched up your primary care physician, and you also got a psychologist. And there are so many options. What people don't realize, baby, is that they should look more closely into their insurance plans, because there's a lot of mental health plans out there. There are a lot of mental health options there that are at no additional cost, right, baby? You have anything to say about that? That's important.
Oh, I was amazed. I was amazed at what's available for everybody out there, like not even just me. Just what I saw that was available. That's not even relevant for me is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
You
but you want to
know,
know you want to know something, baby, real quick before you continue. You know why I think insurance companies offer mental health at pretty much no additional cost? Because that's preventative maintenance that would prevent most other things happening that would cost a lot more money to take care of, such as, let's say somebody gets alcohol poisoning and needs to have their stomach pumped out or something like that. Like, if you have to go into the ER or something like that, that's going to cost an insurance company a lot more money than somebody, seeing a psychologist and getting their, mental health in order. So that way they can make better decisions, keeping them out of the doctor's office and the emergency room. Does that make sense to you, or what are your thoughts?
well, yeah, but that's not even like that's kindergarten. It's more than that. It's getting people checked out that could possibly hurt themselves, hurt other people, people with schizophrenia, people with bipolar disorder,
Or
just
suicidal
having that
suicidal tendencies,
suicidal
which is what you're saying, right?
tendency. Yes,
Yeah.
anything that gets
Yeah.
them their help right away.
Mm-hmm.
So it can save lives. It can absolutely save lives. Um, and I say that because, we just watched something which we're going to do a show on um the other day about when somebody took themselves out. Well, their significant other just immediately did the same thing.
Yeah.
And it was a ripple effect. And so it just, with mental illness, you don't know how it's going to affect everybody else. And so getting the help as early as you can is so important. And knowing it's out there is just so refreshing. And it's so broad. I mean, it even goes into eating disorders. Like, you can get in for that. You can get in just for pretty much anything.
Yeah. You know what, baby? And that story that we saw, it happened about 4 years ago. I, I, I was full time on YouTube 4 years ago when that story happened, and I didn't really hear about it. But going back, there were some pretty prominent creators that shared that story, and I'm surprised I didn't hear it. But you and I are going to share that story because it was a bunch of innocent people losing their life over the stupidity of one young, immature, insecure, and unstable kid doing some stupid things, which we're not going to give away the farm tonight. But yeah, this story, wow, there's a lot to it. Let's just put it that way, right?
Yeah, it's a very deep, impacting story.
All right, let's continue, baby. I just scrolled up, so it's going to be about a little less than a minute before you see this on the screen there. Signs
Yeah.
of trauma dumping. There are possible signs. Oh, sorry. These are possible signs of trauma dumping. Sharing the same story repeatedly or sharing graphic details. Boy, sounds like someone I know talking into this Shure SM7B right now. Constantly interjecting mentions of past trauma into casual conversations. Oh, man. Oh, baby. Not knowing much about the people you share your story with. Well, I do know a lot about you, but still. Intentionally choosing people who may feel more obligated to listen. Well, I don't do it for that, but I understand why some people do it. Posting detailed accounts of trauma on social media to a general audience. Well, people do that to get attention, and that's not the right way to do it. But see, people that are in that state of mind, will do whatever they can to get as much attention as possible because it keeps their mind off of the underlying issue. Let me read this part here, baby, and then I'll turn it back over to you, and it'll pop up on your screen by then. If you live with complex trauma or post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, trauma dumping or oversharing could be a natural trauma response and coping mechanism. Wow, I guess there's something really, really wrong with me, baby. I didn't even realize it. I got an issue, baby. I'm owning it here. Go ahead, baby. I'm just, it's serious, but I'm kind of laughing. I'm trying to shed some light on it. Go ahead.
Yes. So yes, you saw the first one, sharing the same story repeatedly. You do that all the time.
Like a
And I
broken
get,
record.
and I understand, on your shows, you do have to repeat yourself because you have new listeners. But I am not new when I'm sitting on the couch next to you. And I don't need to hear it 100 times. So, constantly interjecting, mentioning post traumas, oh my God, yeah, into casual conversations. Absolutely. You do that all the time. Not knowing much about the people you share your story with, well, that, yes, you do know me, but you compare with people you don't know, like my people. That next one, the intentionally choosing people who feel more obligated to listen, well, that goes into the social media. And posting detailed account of trauma on social media, well, that's where you keep going over and over again about how you have been trolled so long for the last 5 years. You keep repeating all of this stuff over and over again, and you just don't move on from it. You're repeating your trauma.
Well, I have. And I finally have. Have you not noticed lately that neither one of us acknowledge it? If people come in, we ban and move on. Have you noticed how much better we've both gotten at it, baby?
Yes.
Okay, good.
But I'm only speaking of it because that's part of that, what that segment of that blog or that article. I mean,
Oh no, you brought some great supporting comments to what the blog author wrote, so I appreciate that. Yeah, we appreciate that. Shall we continue?
yes.
Okay. Social media and trauma dumping. Trauma dumping is common on social media. No shit. But overexposure to stories of abuse or assault may lead others to experience vicarious trauma, emotional exhaustion. Baby, how many times have you and I talked about emotional exhaustion on my shows? Countless, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I can't,
Re-traumatization. So go ahead.
I said I couldn't even count. I don't even know.
Right. Re-traumatization if they've also experienced trauma. According to 2018 research, oversharing on social media may also cross boundaries by breaking down barriers between private and public. It also suggests social media trauma dumping could cause disconnection and undersharing in the long run when it becomes a substitute for deeper one-on-one interactions. And let me just well, before we get to the next part there, go ahead. What were your thoughts about that so far, baby? About
Oh
trauma
my
dumping
goodness.
on social media. It's like it's all day every day, isn't it, baby?
All day, every day. And I am, oh my God, I used to do this all the time. I would go onto Facebook and I would be feeling sorry for myself. So I would write something and I would sit there literally waiting for all the comments of people to say, "Oh, keep your head up. It's okay. What's going on?" And I was looking for all that sympathy. That's all that was.
Not only sympathy, what
And
else what else were you looking for?
attention.
Attention. Yay!
Attention whore.
Baby, 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 can I give you a big round? Baby, I'm going to give you a big round of applause for your brutal honesty about yourself. You know what? Whenever I hear a woman admit that they were an attention seeker, especially my own lady, baby, I love you. I love your honesty. Go on, baby. You made my night with that.
And what I learned from that over the years was how much that affected the people. I started losing people on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would try to add them back as a friend, and they would say, "I'm sorry. There's just too much negativity on your
They got
page."
tired. They got tired of your drama. BS, right, baby?
Yes. They said
Yep.
every post is negative. Everything is sad. And we don't want that. We don't want to see
Right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big slap in my face.
Mm-hmm.
So once I realized that, um, and pretty much over the last, I would say 8 years, 8 to 10 years, anything I put on social media is just positive. It's mostly about um, baseball, mostly about like vacationing, food, pictures of my dogs, my,
Mm-hmm.
my family, stuff like that, just all positive stuff.
Right.
So I don't ever put anything, if I put anything that I'm sad, it's probably because the Giants lost.
Oh,
It,
yeah.
it's not because of any drama in my life.
Okay. Anything else you want to add to that, baby?
No, it's just that I've learned that it's not healthy. Um, it basically, your life is your life, and um, if you're hurting, putting your life out on social media is not the platform to do it. You have you have a core group of friends and family, and if you need help, that's where you go to. Don't put your life on social media because it stays there forever. It's literally a
Right.
fingerprint that's going to be there forever. And people can use that against you for the rest of your life. They will use that vulnerability and that insecurity that you had 10 years ago and use it against you 20 years later. So, my advice is don't trauma dump onto social media.
Right. Right. No, I couldn't have said any better myself. I'm just looking at this blog. We're at 45 minutes. We're going to get through this next part, and then we're going to take a quick break and come back for another 45 minutes or so and wrap it up. We may have to do a two-parter on this one also as well. We also have part 3 of our millennial show that we need to do, and we're probably going to do that tomorrow or the next day. So stick around for that, folks. It's coming very soon. But yeah, this is I remember in reading it and just scrolling down, it is pretty long. So let's get through as much as we can. And if we decide to do a part 2, we'll do it. If not, we'll just share the link and people can read the rest on their own in the description by getting in the description section. All right. So in addition, a 2017 study covering social media's impact on teens linked oversharing to experiences of depression, loneliness, low self-esteem. Let me read that one more time. Depression, loneliness, low self-esteem. I think every human being, no matter how strong they are now, has at one point or another in their life experienced some form of depression, loneliness, and low self-esteem. And I'll tell you what turned it around for me. I keep saying this. I'll keep saying it till the day I die. It's learning to love yourself. When you can learn to truly be alone by yourself, even if people don't hang out with you or call you for a week or two, when you truly become happy being alone, that's when everybody wants to be around you. And they come around like a magnet. Like, baby, the reason why, like, I like spending a lot of time alone is because there are so many people that want to hang out. And I've done so many things in the past. Like, I'm at the point right now where I just kind of want to chill. I want to run my business. I want to be with you. I want to spend time with my family. And then when I have some extra time every now and then, incorporate some friends. But that's what happens. Like, when you truly get to a state of self-love and self-appreciation and you love yourself, it's infectious, baby. I mean, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I agree. No, and I'm at that same place too. Like, that's why I'm completely content when we're together and it's just you and I. And I'm saying, hey, let's go over to mom's house and have some ice cream with her tonight and visit mom. Or let's go over to auntie's house and have some ice cream with her and just have a family night. And or go, like, we're gonna go and visit and have lunch with my mom and aunt. Like, that's quality time for me. It's just family time and just being with you.
Yeah.
Just going and just popping in and bringing just popping in and, like, just saying hi. Like, that's what the beauty is about family and friends, and just, I don't know. I'm just that type of person. Family is so important to me, and I had a wonderful couple of days with my mom and my aunt, and we're going to go see them again. And I'm really excited.
Yeah. We're going to have a good time. We're going to go out of town for the day on Thursday and look forward to that, baby. Let's finish this one part here and then take a break, and then we'll come back for another 45 more minutes. Reading accounts of other people's self-harm and trauma was also triggering for some teens, according to the study. Yeah, that's interesting. Anything you want to add to the, teenage thing, baby? Or it just speaks for itself, huh?
It speaks for itself.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Is trauma dumping abusive? Ooh, wow. Trauma dumping isn't necessarily abusive, although it can cross the line into emotional abuse when someone uses it on purpose to exert power over you. Now, real quick, before we get to the last paragraph, and I'll give you a chance to share your thoughts too, babe.
Yeah.
I have never, ever, ever use trauma dumping to try to exert power over you or anyone else. But I can understand how it may be perceived by you that way or by other outsiders perceiving it that way. So now it's like, it's a big eye opener to me that even though that was never my intention, that's how it was coming off. And in this world, perception is almost even more important than reality. What are your thoughts about that, baby?
Baby, that can go both ways.
Okay, go ahead.
Because what, like I always say, your actions cause my reactions. And so then while you're doing the trauma dumping, it causes me to then also trauma dump back on you. And
I
then
noticed
I
that,
think
baby. Baby, sorry.
mine
I noticed that.
does typically exert more power over you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, baby. Baby, that's why, I don't argue women. I fight for my relationship, and I'm very protective over the woman I'm with, which happens to be you. But I am more so realizing how I'm coming off after this article. It's an eye opener, and I think even, I'm not saying I'm the best guy in the world. I do try to be as good of a guy as possible, but even to the
You're a
best men,
wonderful man. You are a
even to the
very wonderful man.
thank you, I appreciate it, baby. But even to the best of us men out there, this is something that probably most men don't even understand. And this is a video here that I hope a lot of people get a chance to see. So there's a lady in the chat there that I'm going to say, I'm going to read what she said. Eli, what if a whole entire community is trauma dumping on me? Well, Tiffany, if you're talking about a YouTube community, then that's a digital drama community, and you can just walk away from that. Baby, I'm sure you agree with that. If that's a community of people in your real life, with real friends, then you got to talk it out with those friends. And if they don't respect and understand your boundaries, you have to walk away. But see, Tiffany, I think, again, I don't want to say you're trolling or anything like that, but if you're talking about an entire community, like a drama community on YouTube, trauma dumping on you, you can just walk away from that. You can just turn off your smartphone or computer, right, baby? Yeah, you tell me.
Oh yeah. You've gotta figure out, like, you gotta prioritize who you want to have in your life. And if they're worth the trauma that they dump on you, and whether you're willing to work things out with them and get through this. I mean, and if it's a whole entire community, you better walk away from that shit, because that's not worth it.
Yeah, and
That,
baby, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that is probably a YouTube community.
It is, and
so
here's the thing.
walk away, get away from it, Tiffany.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's funny to me how when a comment like this goes in the chat, more people tune in. It's almost kind of like it's plotted. I'm not trying to say it is, but she goes, can a group trauma dump? I don't think these people, see, Tiffany, I'm assuming you're talking about YouTube drama groups. And I don't consider that trauma dumping. I consider that instigating fake drama for fake views and donations. My family does this sometimes. Well, then you need to make them aware of how you feel and set your boundaries. And unless you're dependent on your family for survival, you can walk away anytime, right? And let them miss you. I wouldn't say permanently walk away from your family, but if you're not happy with any situation, all you have to do is walk away, unless you need them for survival. And then you're kind of screwed. Like, what are your thoughts, baby? And then we're going to continue.
Well, yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with that. But my thoughts also is, you definitely should get in and see a therapist at the very least, and talk this out if it is a family thing, and with whatever family member it is, and see if you can't get that family member in there and
Hmm.
get to the core problem. And why are they dumping on you? What is the trauma? Why are they angry?
Yeah,
So
but here's the thing, babe. Let me to cut you off real quick. Tiffany furthermore says there's a lot of group gaslighting that goes on as well. Tiffany, understand this. What's up, baby? Did you have something to say?
no.
Okay. I thought I heard you say, oh, okay. That was just a breath. Okay. Um, your microphone picks up very well, baby. Anyway, Tiffany, here's the thing. Um, if this is on YouTube, you have a choice to walk away at any time. You have a choice to put yourself out there using your real full name and your real picture, or pretend to be somebody you're not, or hide your identity, right? It's your choice, right? And so, even if people have found out who you are and they're talking shit about you, all you have to do is walk away. And at some point they'll stop. I mean, that's the same things happened to myself. The same things happened to other people to my lady in real life. It's happened. And she just walks away. Nightbot just deleted your messages. Tiffany timed you out. I don't know why. Tiffany wrote, there's a lot of group. Oh, sorry. 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 I had to moderate something real quick here. Simber Down's message was held for review, but I approved it. I feel we don't owe anyone anything because we share a last name. Toxic people are toxic. Okay. Well, I mean, I understand you're trying to be as cautious as possible. And I don't know what you think, babe, but Tiffany's being a little vague to the point of where we can't really give her any advice because of how vague she's being.
Yeah, I agree.
So if you want to be a little more specific, Tiffany, we can help you out. If not, there's nothing we can really do about it. Sorry about that. And I know you're probably trying to protect your anonymity.
Well, I get it. Toxic people are toxic. Did you
Yeah.
just did you just block her?
No, I didn't block her. I just meant you didn't hear what I said. Nightbot timed her out,
Oh, I
probably for
thought
using.
time simmer down out. I'm sorry.
No, Simmer Down is right there. Do you see her?
No. I'm sorry. Oh,
Yes.
now she's there. Ha,
The
me
Nightbot.
too. Me too, simmer down.
Yeah. Yeah, Tiffany, Nightbot keeps on timing you out multiple times. And what that's telling me is that you are using block words. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to let you go because anytime a message doesn't hit the chat, it's because you're trying to get in block words. And so Tiffany is somebody that's trolling because now Nightbot's timed her out twice in the last minute. So it's okay. Simmer Down's still here, baby, because she's
Yeah.
not trying to say things that are blocked. So let's continue here. One last part here, and then we're going to take a break. It's all good. Meanwhile, someone sharing trauma without considering how it affects you may feel unpleasant to be around, but they aren't actively seeking to control or manipulate. They are possibly reaching out for help or trying to process their emotional pain in ways they're not aware might be harmful or triggering to others. And that's exactly, baby, how I've been coming up to you unintentionally. Let me repeat that one more time to the people out there. That's exactly how I've been coming off to my lady without even realizing it. With all this, knowledge that I have, right, from being 48 years old, I didn't even realize I was coming off this way. Yeah, I've been triggering, my lady and maybe some other people because of this. So this has been very, very eye-opening to me. Baby, what are your thoughts before we take our one and only break?
Yeah. It does trigger me a little bit, and I was trying to communicate with you and it just wasn't getting through. So I'm glad this is getting through to you. Um I didn't know how to get through. And I'm so glad finally I found a man that's willing to listen to something, even if I had to find an article for you to read, you know? Um, and simmer down, I'm the same way. Um, when it comes to just people, when it comes to my family and the person I'm dating or, in a relationship with, I have a hard time being gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I love hard, but I know friends come and go. So, and I'm not anybody's punching bag.
Well said, baby. Well said, baby. Simmer down. Once I set that boundary, if a person doesn't respect it, then they are gone. Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. Like if you're in a relationship or a marriage, I think you're going to have, a little more tolerance because I think you're going to understand it the same way my lady does. Like my lady knows I never have intentionally tried to hurt her or not listen to her. I just this is the truth of the matter, baby. I don't understand womenese language. You ladies speak in women, baby. Be honest with me. Sometimes you
What
ladies,
did I say to you? What did I say
what's
to
it?
you this weekend? I said to
Go ahead.
you, take me to your mother's house. I need to ask her how to crack this damn Greek skull of yours and get
All right.
through to it.
Okay. Well, okay. Yes, you did. So, but here's the thing. Well, I was speaking on the flip side and saying, look, women speak a language that men don't understand at times, right? And because men are very, very logical creatures. And I'm not saying that women are not capable of being logical. They are, but women are emotional first, right? And we communicate. We have two different styles of communication: women emotional and men logical. At least the real men. Now, if we're talking about beta males and a lot of modern men that are sissies, baby, that's exempt. We're talking real men are men that look at things from a logical standpoint. And sometimes if we can't make sense out of an emotional thing that a woman's trying to explain to us, we need you to give it to us like in logical ways. Write it down. Spouses excluded. Simmer down says spouses excluded. Yeah. Well, yeah. I would miss my lady if she wasn't around anymore. So, I'm going to have a lot more tolerance. But typically it's because of a misunderstanding based on the difference in the ways men and women communicate. And I think what you just did, baby, with this article is you gave me a logical explanation through the article of what you've been trying to emotionally share with me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So now I understand logical things. I don't understand emotional reactions. I do, but I don't read beyond emotional reactions, beyond the fact that they're emotional reactions. So now we're good. All right, babe. Before we take our break here, anything else you want to mention? I'm going to head back over to full screen. Actually, I'm going to scroll up to the next part for the second half of the show. Anything else, baby? Or are you ready to go backstage, take a quick break?
Yeah, no, I just want to say thank you, Simmer Down, for all your support. It's great to have you here.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I'm ready for a break. I got to go get my clothes out of the dryer. So good timing.
All right, baby. I'm going to put you backstage and be ready to be back in about 8 or 9 minutes, baby. All right.
Wonderful.
All right. Thank you. All right, folks. Give me a second here. Music is already queued up. We're going to step away for a quick 8 or 9 minute break, and we'll get to the second part of the show when we return. So with that being said, stick around. Stick around. Stick around. Round. We'll be right back. Yeah, we're back. And I must say, I love YouTube. And I'm going to explain why I love YouTube so much and why they've gotten so much better in just a second here. So stick around for that. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the second half of the show. Yeah. I feel phenomenal. I feel amazing. I feel fantastic. So I want you all to feel good with me. Let's feel it. Yeah. Yeah. You see, even this 48-year-old Greek man still has it going on. And you can have it going on too, regardless of your age. Yeah, baby. Yeah. All right, let's get back down to business. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2, Coach Eli 2 Uncensored live streams, the future home of most, if not all, of my live streams. This channel keeps on creeping closer to being monetized each and every day. We are well under 1,000 hours away to go from being monetized. And once that does happen, probably within about a week or two at the most, I'm going to be moving my Walking with Purpose live streams over to this channel here. And then on my main channel, I'm going to be primarily focusing on some high quality, bite-sized content in the highest quality 4K 60 frames per second. We're also going to be doing some more YouTube shorts, videos that are TikTok style, a minute or less. And then we're also going to be providing some more members only content. And stick around here in a second. I'm going to be mentioning something new. I just updated my membership package on my already monetized channel, my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Stick around for that because there are some changes happening immediately after this live stream ends today. But before we get to that, in the meantime, since this channel is not yet monetized, if you would like to support this channel in a monetary way, you can make a one-time donation in any amount based on the value you may feel you're receiving, or you feel you are receiving for that sake, right? Nightbot's sharing my PayPal and Cash App links every 7 minutes in the chat. On PayPal, you can go to paypal.me/Coach Eli, and on Cash App, you can go to $The Real Coach Eli. And as always, donations are greatly appreciated, but they are not required. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Before I bring my wonderful, amazing lady back on the StreamYard and get to the second part of this show, the announcement I want to make is I just added a 6th membership package on my main channel. It is also a package I will be adding to this channel here, Coach Eli 2 Uncensored live streams, or whatever the name is at that point. We're probably going to change the name really soon, like we've been saying. I added a 6th package, and effective immediately, starting tomorrow with my Walking with Purpose live streams, they are going to be members only chats. So I added a $2.99 package for anyone that just wants to throw $3 a month to support the channel, and that will allow you to chat in the live streams. So the streams will still be publicly available. Anyone can view them, but only members can chat. Now, if you are a moderator, you do not need to buy a membership package to chat. Moderators are exempt from this, but anyone else that's not a moderator will need to at least purchase the $2.99 package to be able to chat in my live streams on my main channel. Once this channel gets monetized here, then these live stream chats and any premiere videos that have a live stream chat will also require you to have at least a $2.99 membership package to chat. Now, that package will only get you access to chat in the live streams. If you want to get the more exclusive, pre-recorded video content, you're going to have to bump up to at least the $4.99 package. But I wanted to give a cheap, very affordable option to those of you that just want to be able to chat in the live streams. And hey, it's $3. And here's what that's going to do. Okay. What that's going to do is basically practically destroy all the trolling. Now, if trolls want to spend $3 a pop to get one shot at me, hey, you know what? I'll take your $3 and you could talk shit about me for $3 one time. And if you want to create another account and pay another $3, hey, for every, time you want to talk smack about me, if you want to pay me $3, no problem. Now, if you don't want to buy a membership and only want to occasionally, comment in the chat as a non-member, you can always send a super chat and do it that way. But just know, folks, just because you're a channel member or if you send a super chat, that doesn't mean you're exempt from YouTube's community guidelines, and it doesn't mean that you're exempt from my guidelines. I can still ban you as a channel member or if you send a super chat if you don't follow my rules or YouTube's rules, okay? And again, what this is going to do is allow the people that are truly here for the right reasons to have a chat, to have a real decent discussion without any stupidity from grown-ass adults that want to behave like 2-year-olds. That's the bottom line. So with that being said, tonight we've been discussing trauma dumping. What is it and how it affects others? One more time, we've been discussing trauma dumping. What is it and how it affects others? Let me go ahead and bring my wonderful, beautiful, amazing lady back on to the StreamYard. Babe, welcome back to the show, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm fantastic, baby. Did you just hear what I said about the new membership? Now, here's the thing. I forgot to mention this, baby. This is how good YouTube has become. Let me speak proper English. Gotten. That's not really a word. Okay. Just ignore that when it pops up on your screen, baby. I submitted, YouTube started to allow a 6th membership package about a month or two ago. And you have, whenever you change your membership perks, you have to submit them for review. And typically they take 24 hours or so to be approved. Literally an hour before I went live here, I submitted that $2.99 package for people to be able to purchase that to chat in my members only live stream chats, right? And YouTube already approved it. I got an email while I was on the break and it's already available. So starting tomorrow, baby, on my main channel, we're going to be members only chats. Again, the streams will be publicly available where anyone can view them, but only members can chat. Or if you want to send a super chat, as a non-member, you can do that. And that's the way it's going to be, because we want people to be here that truly value the content. And if you truly value the content and the help we're providing, what's $3 per month, baby? I mean, and if people are going to complain about paying $3 per month, I mean, what are your thoughts about that?
You spend more than that on a cup of coffee a day.
Oh, you got that right. You got that right. But anyway, enough of that, baby. Let's get right back to it. We're going to go, let's see, we are at 1 hour and 23 minutes. We're going to go till about the 2-hour mark and then wrap this up. So let's get to it here, okay? Because we have a lot of things to do. Switch back over to the browser source. It'll pop up on your end in a minute or less, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No, I just said, go on.
Okay, do I need to stop sharing about my traumatic experiences? Oh, that's like the $1 billion question, baby. Talking about trauma isn't itself a harmful behavior. No, it's actually very therapeutic. It's a good thing, but it has to be done in the right way. In fact, it may be necessary. Well, I feel it is. However, context is key when evaluating if sharing about traumatic experiences is conducive. Conducive. I can't read tonight. Is conducive to healing and safe for everyone involved. What are your thoughts about that, baby? Does that make sense? I think it does.
Oh, yeah, it makes total sense. Absolutely.
Anything else?
No.
Wow. Baby, you're blowing my mind tonight. At first, it could help to reevaluate whether the behavior is truly serving you. As the first step in this process, you could ask yourself, how is my sharing impacting others? Why am I sharing this story? Is it because I have a relationship of mutual trust with this person, or because it feels good in the moment? These are very good questions, babe. Have I given the other person the chance to share? Oh my God, baby, you're gonna eat me alive tonight. Have I given the other person the chance to opt out of this conversation? Well, I always do that. I always give people the option out. I never force anyone into anything. I just try to help when I can. Do they seem comfortable with this topic? Well, that's a phenomenal question. Have they told me how they feel about this topic in the past? Baby, what do you think about those questions? Those are,
All right.
huh?
So, how is my sharing impacting others? Let's start there.
Okay.
So, when, like, for instance, you and I, when we are on our weekend and all you want to talk about is past traumas in our lives, it really just brings me down. It causes anxiety, it causes panic attacks, and it causes me to shut down. Whether you're talking about yourself or me. Why am I sharing this story? Is it because I have a relationship and a mutual trust? Well, yes, you do. And I think that's the thing, is that you do have trust and you feel comfortable sharing this. But there are times that we need to do this and we have to set our boundaries and listen to each other.
Right.
Have I given the other person a chance to share? Yes, you have given me a chance to share. But in that, you interject and then tell me that you know now why I act the way I do without letting me finish my story. Have I given the other person a chance to opt out of this conversation? Not really. I've asked you time and time again to stop. I need a break. We could talk about it in an hour. I don't want to talk about it now, but you push the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Do they seem comfortable with the topic? Nope. Have they told me how they feel about the topic in the past? Yes, I have.
Folks, she's talking about me, but go ahead, baby. It's okay. I love you.
What?
What do you mean what?
Well, yeah, I'm talking about this thing about you. Like, I thought we were talking about us and this thing.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I was just agreeing with you, but go ahead, baby.
yeah, so that is like, as far as you, that is how I see that. This is why I picked this. Like, that's kind of why I wanted you to read this.
Okay. All right. Let's move forward. Well said. Well said. Ready to move forward?
Yes.
Okay. If you decided it's time to reconfigure how you share about trauma, consider cultivating mindfulness. What emotions or triggers prompt oversharing? Addressing feelings like sadness, anger, or confusion could help reduce the urge to trauma dump if the behavior is masking more unpleasant emotions. Well, yeah, for me, it's all about, I just want my lady to be happy and I want to give her the best life possible, because she's always wanted that. And she thought she had it in the past and she didn't. And I just and I thought I had it in the past too. And I just want us both to have the most amazing life possible. But, this has been a big eye opener to me. And I realize what's going on. Real quick, baby, let's blitz through these real quick. Just a simple response.
Yeah.
Cultivating mindfulness. What are your thoughts on that real quick?
What emotions or triggers prompt oversharing? Addressing feelings like sadness, anger, or confusion could help reduce the urge or trauma dump.
To trauma dump.
Yeah, absolutely. No. I think if we could talk about a situation without like delving in and getting all the way down into a trauma, like just addressing a feeling of sadness or anger, then it could avoid a whole trauma dump in the future.
Right. Okay. Shall we?
Communicating?
Yeah, communicating. You might feel like it is the perfect opportunity to open up, but asking is the best way to get on the same page. You can try. No pressure to say yes, but this reminds me of something personal and intense. Do you mind if I share it? And I have done that. I typically will ask you, baby, is it okay if I share this? This is what happened to me, right? And I have done that, but, I think I need to get better at understanding your end of things, right? What are your thoughts about communicating, baby? But for the most part, we do communicate pretty well. And I do try to share everything with you as much as possible and be as transparent as possible. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. You have communicated. The problem is that you do it in the middle of my story. You don't let me finish and get to the end of my story before you want to share yours.
The truth hurts, folks. Here I am, a man, and I'm agreeing. I agree with my lady. Like, I'm not going to sit here and deny, what she's saying isn't true. I mean, it is. And it's a big eye opener. And as you get older, part of being a good, strong man is, accepting responsibility and knowing where you screw up. And even with your lady, see, women don't want the perfect man. They just want an honest man. They want a man that's going to accept responsibility for his actions. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, baby. I mean, is there anything more to say regarding that? Right?
Just own it.
Yeah.
Just own your shit.
Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. Let's continue here. Let me just scroll down.
Right? And you appreciate when I do the same thing, right?
Absolutely, baby. Absolutely. I think, baby, the reason why it works out between you and I is that I needed a woman like you in my life. It's like I'm such a tough ass, and I'm so hard headed that I need a woman that's at least as hard headed as me to be able to not get bored and keep moving forward, baby. Baby, I got to say, you definitely keep things very interesting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's continue. Clarifying boundaries. This is huge. Clarifying boundaries, creating and enforcing clear boundaries is a great way to learn about protecting your own emotional health and respecting the boundaries of others. I agree, baby. And, sometimes I cross those boundaries unknowingly because I care so much. I'm not thinking in the moment. I get lost in the moment and I just want to fix everything. A good man's intentions are to always fix everything. And sometimes I think you women don't want us to try to fix things. You just want us to listen and understand and work together as a team to come up with a resolution that works for the both of us. I mean, what are your thoughts about clarifying boundaries and what I said?
Absolutely correct. Just like this morning, I needed to just get my head in the game, get going, and I needed you to just leave me alone. And I needed my boundaries. I needed you to stay away for 10 minutes. Let me wake up. Let me get situated so that we can get a game plan for me to get out of there and get to the car place, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But you were just like, let's talk about this. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I'm like, get away from me. My God.
Baby, I don't know if your phone has left your lips, but you're sounding distant now again, like
Oh, no. How's that?
much better.
How's that? Oh,
Much better
okay. No,
when you're in
I
that
had it
position.
tilted down. I'm sorry. I had it tilted down.
Okay.
Um, but yeah. And so it's like, when you don't give me that space, then I start to like get that panicky anxiety feeling that affects
Mm-hmm.
my emotional health.
Yeah, and then guess what? Then I'm in trouble. Then I'm going to get it, right, baby? I love you.
I love you.
What when I don't understand that, baby, that's when I get a triple dose of your love in the hard way. I gotta laugh about it, baby, because listen, I own it, baby. Listen, you learn something new each and every day. Even coaches learn something new each and every day. And this is a topic that I really haven't heard anyone talk about, baby. This is something that we could really roll with. So thank you again for sharing this. Let's keep moving forward, okay? So we got a lot to go over, and we got about another maybe 24 minutes before we wrap it up. I think what we'll do is get through as much of this as possible, and then just share the link in the description, and people can read the rest on their own. I think we've really, really hit home on the majority of this here. So, trauma-informed therapy. Ooh, trauma-informed therapy. Some forms of therapy can be re-traumatizing, but others, like eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR, are specifically designed to help people manage unprocessed trauma. Trauma therapy can become a safe and supportive space to share. So, eye movement, baby, like I've never met a woman besides my mother until I met you that can look at me and practically read what I'm thinking. Is it scary? Kinda. But is it like amazing at the same time? Yes, because that's the kind of woman I wanted in my life. That's the kind of woman I want as a life partner and a business partner that understands the stuff we're talking about. And like, wow, I'm really blown away at how it. Okay, she got booted. You need to turn off the. Yeah, there you go. Did you hear what I was saying? You got booted.
Yeah, I heard. I don't know how I got booted. I wasn't even touching my phone.
Sometimes it'll boot you off just because it does that. It's finicky. It's not you. It's StreamYard.
All right.
Sometimes it happens. But did you hear most of what I was saying?
Yeah, I was hearing it.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts? I was saying that you're so in tune with yourself, and you can read my eyes, and you can just read what I'm thinking, and it can be scary, but I appreciate it at the same time because you just get it. Go ahead, baby.
No, I mean, that's why we're soulmates. I mean, you and I literally like that's a frustrating thing. We interrupt each other because we're almost finishing each other's sentences at times.
All the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we have so much in common.
Right.
So yeah, it's one of those things. I can look at you and know whether you are up or down and just where you're at in that day.
Yeah, you're right. Simmer
And
down the
I've
chats.
never been able to do that.
Okay. Simmer down the chat says those type of interactions can ruin your day sometimes. Yeah, they can. If you let them. I try not to let them. See, I love my woman, and like, honestly, all I want is a loving and peaceful relationship. I'm not here to compete with my woman. Quite frankly, I'm not here to even compete with anyone, you know? And that's the problem with a lot of people nowadays. They make everything a competition, and that's because it creates drama, it creates controversy, and that's how a lot of people get attention. I don't want attention by creating, controversy and stuff like that. I want people to, follow me and my lady and I when we put out this content because they get value from it and it can help turn their lives around. But baby, what are your thoughts before we go to the next section here? The role of therapy is
Oh
next,
yeah,
baby.
no.
This is
Yeah, no, let's go on to the role of therapy.
All right, let's go on to the role of therapy, the lady says. The role of therapy, you might hear the following in response to sharing about your traumatic experiences. You shouldn't talk about trauma with people who aren't qualified to handle it. Boy, I've heard that one a million times. And you know what I say? Hey, it's your choice whether you want to follow me or not, or take my advice or not, or my lady's advice or not. You should really see a therapist about that. I mean, that may be the right thing to do, but it shouldn't be something you throw in somebody's face. I think if you're going to recommend that, you do it in a loving and subtle way. Because if you're abrasive about it, that comes off as an attack rather than trying to help the person. What are your thoughts about those two lines there, baby?
Absolutely. No, I agree. If you really need help, you should see a medical professional. But getting advice from people that you don't know, that maybe aren't qualified, but they're just giving you their own life experiences, is not necessarily bad. If somebody's out there just sharing the same kind of situation you're going through and
Mm-hmm.
showing how they've gotten through it, that's not a bad thing either.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that I'm saying I'm qualified as a psychologist or therapist. I'm saying, you know what, if anybody has a question about such and such that I've gone through, let me share my experience, and you can learn from it or you can carry on with that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
oh, balls.
What? What happened?
One of my earrings fell out.
Oh,
It's okay.
well,
I'll find it.
I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut. That's something that you're gonna handle on your own
I,
time, baby.
yeah,
Oh
I won't
man.
say. I know what you wanted to say.
Baby, I'm not gonna be rude and say that's your fucking problem because I love you, okay? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not. I love you and I'm not a dick like that. Anyway, I can be at
No, I
times,
know
but
that's not what you wanted to say. You were gonna say my last name. I last named it.
oh, you pulled. Yeah, let's not do that, and then we have to cut the we have to dump the delay. Okay, let's move forward here. Um, while therapists while therapists can and do provide helpful and necessary support in processing trauma, these responses often come across as dismissive. Therapy also isn't a one size fits all solution, and not everyone has access to it. Well, you all can with the Affordable Care Act. Anyone can get insurance nowadays, and your insurance is going to cover this included. So this I had to throw that in there, that we all have access to this if we want to get the access, right? And thank you to Obamacare. A lot of people weren't too thrilled about it. Obamacare has been fantastic. Okay. What are your thoughts so far, baby, before we continue regarding that first
Oh
part?
no, I am so thankful for Obamacare. Um, when I got sick back in 14, like that saved me so much money
Mm-hmm.
having that insurance. It just has been a blessing to have.
Yeah.
And
Amen.
I'm dumbfounded at all of the resources that are available.
Oh, it's, you know what? A lot of people complain about the programs we have in the US, and they say that they're overpriced and this and that. Yeah, maybe they could be
I
a
pay
little bit.
$15 a month for my health insurance.
Right, right. Nothing to complain about that. Nothing to
Nope.
complain about that. And enough said. I don't have to even say what I was going to say because you took the words out of my mouth, and that's what we do. I love you. Let's keep moving forward. Talking
Alrighty.
with talking with a therapist is different from sharing with a loved one you've known for many years. While your best friend, or your lover in this case, baby, right, isn't trained to provide trauma therapy, which I'm not. I am not a psychologist, okay? The emotional support they can offer, if emotionally available, which, baby, you can confirm or deny publicly live on the air. Am I emotionally available and aware and mature?
Yes.
Wait. You said that in a sarcastic way, baby. I'm not seeking validation.
No,
I'm asking you
you
an
are
honest.
emotionally aware. You are just one of the most emotional men that I've ever encountered. You
That is
like to
true.
talk. You like to talk a lot.
I'm not going to deny that, baby. I do 2 live streams each day, usually for the most part, and other pre-recorded content when I can. That's why I do what I do. I love to talk. I was born to talk, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, no, I know, but like usually that's what a woman does in a relationship. And the man is like you say, your dad was always like, a man just wants peace and quiet. It's because the
I
woman is
want
always
I
stuffing her mouth.
I want peace and quiet too. I want peace and quiet too, baby, but I love to communicate. I'm very much in touch with my emotions. It doesn't make me any less of a man. I think it makes me more of a man that I'm able to communicate well with my partner. And see, a lot of women complain about, about not having a man like me. Now I get it. Maybe I'm an excessive communicator. Maybe if I just toned it down a little bit, I'd be the perfect guy. But baby, again, the perfect man or woman doesn't exist, right?
Right.
All right. Let's continue here. This said, you're also not obligated to listen to someone else's account of trauma, nor are you responsible for their emotions or past experiences. And that's exactly what you've been trying to tell me, baby. I mean, I don't know what more to add to that. If you want to add something more, go right ahead. I think it speaks for itself.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's it. Like you always say, I'm not this person, I'm not that person. You can't, like treat me like hold me responsible for their actions if I'm not. You're not responsible for that, but you have to understand that that was a part of my life. I'm not comparing you to the other people. I'm just still trying to heal from the trauma of those people.
Right. Well said, baby. And by the way, I just realized we're almost done with this blog. When I was scrolling further down, those were other articles suggested. So we're almost at the let's recap section. This is great. We're
Yep,
at
let's
1 hour.
go.
Yeah, we're at 1 hour and 48 minutes. It's 9:09 p.m. Pacific, 12:09 a.m. Eastern. Baby, we're going to be wrapping this up soon. I'm going to shut down my equipment. Then we're going to have our beautiful talk before bedtime and get ready for an amazing day tomorrow, huh, baby?
I hope so.
Oh, so. And baby, I'm never mind. I was gonna say something about how sexy my voice sounds with my Shure SM7B, but I think you're tired of hearing that too. So I got to get better at that as well. But anyway, let's let's move forward here. This said, oh, I already read that part.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to the key is confirming mutual consent when talking about topics that might be difficult to handle or triggering for someone else. And honestly, baby, I always try to confirm that, but sometimes, even though you kind of try to tell me, in polite ways that you don't want to go there, I still push it to go there. So it's not that I don't ask for consent to talk about this or to ease into it. I keep pushing it once you say you're not really ready to talk about it. Is that a fair statement?
Oh, that's really fair.
So would you say I'm actually aware of what I've done?
No, I said that's very fair.
No, but and furthermore, I said, is it fair to say also I'm very well aware now of what I've done? Go ahead.
Yes. And but I also want to say on this is that I can still, there are triggers in my life, but I can still bring up those individuals in a positive way.
Right.
With you, without you having to say, oh, do we need to talk about this? Is something going on?
Right.
Like if I hear a song, I could be like, oh my God, this was like something that was really funny that happened in 2007,
Mm-hmm.
and just let that go. Because I'm actually going back to a happy memory of that person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go back to the unhappy memories.
Right. Well said. Well said. Ready to move forward? We're almost done, baby.
Let's go.
But reaching out for help and support is a healthy response and part of emotionally secure relationships. And that's what you and I have. We are open to hearing each other out and talking about anything and everything. But when there are times where either one of us just needs 5 or 10 minutes or an hour to just, escape. And it's not that we're trying to permanently escape each other. We just need a little space from each other so we have time to internally process what's happening within us. Not necessarily what's happening within our relationship, but what's happening within us as individuals. Does that make sense before we continue, baby?
Yeah.
Is that well said? Okay, go ahead.
Yes, and I'll give you a very good example. So in the evenings when I'm there and we take our baths, what happens? You want a good 15 to 20 minutes by yourself before I come up, right?
Well, yeah, I'll tell you why real quick. Because I like to listen to some YouTube videos. Sometimes it's regarding other videos regarding the Shure SM7B, and you're sick and tired of me watching SM7B videos in front of you. Baby, you are. But I'm a guy. And what's that?
My point is that is you taking some time for yourself, saying, babe, I need about 20 minutes. And that's why when I say, babe, I need about 20 minutes for myself, you can't give that to me.
Right.
You always come back and check on me. Are you okay? What are you doing? I walk outside and you're like there. I go to the bedroom, you're there. It's like, leave me alone.
Yeah,
I give you your 20 minutes in the bathtub.
Right. And you know why. And baby, I am going to try to get better at that, especially now that you're going to be going to a different doctor and taking care of some of the other, health issues. It's because of, what happened to you. When was it? 2014, I think is what you said, when you had that respiratory issue or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what concerns me is not the fact that I don't want to give you space. I do. I just know how serious it is. And, it's just that condition that worries me. And I'm going to do whatever I can to give you as much space as possible. I just don't want to, come into whatever room you're in during that time and not find you there anymore. I'm trying to say it as, respectfully as possible. But you know what? It is what it is. Whatever's meant to be is meant to be. We got to live our lives. And, I got to stop worrying about that. I get it. Go ahead.
I just think that's hysterical. I really
I
do.
know. I know.
Because you have no problem sending me home for 5 days to go do work at home, and I'm here all by myself. But
Okay.
I'm there with you, and you constantly worry about me. You should feel less worry while I'm there and more worry when I'm not.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get better at that. And I think the type of person I am, I'm very high strung. I'm very amped up and energetic. I think I overly stimulate you at times to the point of where, it triggers some of the health things happening to you. And so, I'm looking to find better ways to tone myself down a little bit and when you're around, and that way it's not going to overly stimulate you in those ways either. So I get where you're coming from, but let's go to this recap here, baby. And
Okay.
are you all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Trauma dumping refers to persistently oversharing traumatic experiences with people who may not be ready or willing to receive this information. Trauma is a sensitive topic. While some conversations bring intimacy and healing, others may breed more trauma. True. It is not always clear when bringing up trauma is appropriate, but increasing self-knowledge, approaching others with empathy, and practicing mindfulness in your communication can help demystify this matter. If you feel you need to talk about what happened to you, you may be ready to receive support and guidance. Talking with a mental health professional can help. And I'll say this before I turn it over to you, baby, to share your final thoughts, and then we're going to wrap this up. In this situation, if I'm helping someone, and I figure out they're going through this, I would refer them to a mental health professional, such as a psychologist, somebody that can further evaluate the situation and even prescribe medication or give a different type of therapy that I'm not qualified to give or even know exists, right? What are your thoughts about that before we wrap this up?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we're out here on this platform to do, is have, if anybody has questions, if they're feeling like they need help, they can contact us and we can get them, like, push them in the right direction for what they need. Um, but I do believe that if you have trauma in your life, if everybody has trauma of some sort, and if you are still harboring it or having problems with it, the best thing to do is literally go and see somebody and talk it out. Do
Right.
not count on your friends, do not count on your family, do not count on your spouse. Do not, please, please, do not count on your children. Those are the last ones you want to count on. Get the help that you need. Even if you go to support groups, there are free support groups that are out there. That's all you need to do. And just get the help that you need for whatever trauma you have. And just realize that it's better to get the help with somebody else than to trauma dump on the people in your life that you love. You're going to wind up hurting them and pushing them away.
Well said, baby. Well said, baby. Well, we are at 1 hour and 58 minutes, almost 1 hour and 59 minutes. Perfect, baby. Another great show. And I really thank you and greatly appreciate it that you decided to come on this show tonight. This was her choice, folks. I was going to do this on my own, and my lady wanted to be here, and I'm grateful and thankful for that, babe. Thank you very much. Anything else you want to say? Or are you ready to be sent backstage? And then I'm going to wrap this up, shut down my stuff, and we'll be talking by phone in about 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I just want to thank Simmer Down for being here and all of her support. And it was a great topic. I think we got a lot of great information out there. And yeah, no, it was a really good show. I'm satisfied with everything. So thank you.
Absolutely. All right, baby. I'm going to send you back into the abyss, and I'll be talking with you in a little bit, baby.
All right.
All right. Bye, babe.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye. All right. That was my lady, and that's the show for tonight, folks. Thank you to everyone for being here. Simmer Down, and anyone else watching behind the scenes, and anyone else watching on the replay. If you're here on the replay, please get your questions, comments, or concerns down below in the comments section. And my lady and I will get back to you as soon as possible. With that being said, have yourselves a great night, and see you all next time. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.